Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for tuning in, and thank you, eBiz Start, for having me in today's session. My name is Jeffrey, and I'm the fleet commander for Engine Mailer. You can see we are proudly flying our Malaysian flag at the bottom right of our slide, right? So we are software as a service, email marketing software as a service. And we help people manage databases and communicate better with their customers using email. So I've been told that I have 45 minutes today, and it's a masterclass. So I would assume that I'm going to get two audiences today from you. One is the audience that are new to email marketing, and you would like to know how to start and where to go from here forwards. And we will also have another set of audience, which are the more advanced users. So I'll be doing a little bit of mix and match. So by now, I think, we are the last session, and we've had quite a few days of digital talks and all that. I'm sure all of you would have already known why is it so important to go digital today, right? So we know all of the various social tools that are out there. So my focus today will be trying to relate everything in the context of email. So a little bit of introduction, and I will spend a little bit of time on an online demo as well, so that you guys get a better view of how Engine Mailer looks like and how you can actually apply that to help your business grow, right? So let's go on with my first slide. So there's a little bit of gamification that's going on in the session today as well. So take note on some of these points, yeah? So I think that before we start, we always get the question, why is email so important? Is email so relevant today? Because we have all sorts of other digital tools out there to do. Just a little bit of context in terms of the number of emails that are sent every day. So if you look at the historical trend, this is up to projected for 2021, but these numbers have gone up a little bit higher than what is projected right now due to the pandemic and the COVID situation, right? Most people are at home and people are communicating through email. So emails today, there's a total of over 300 billion emails sent on a daily basis. So 300 billion, right? That's a lot of emails. So I mean, what it means to say is if you're not on the email platform, you're losing out a lot because your audiences are interacting with email a lot. So email applications, how are they interacting with the email on a daily basis? So the misconception that a lot of people have is like emails are only used for marketing. That means, I want to send a promotion or I want to blast and tell people all about it. But a little bit of context of what is being used today in today's world. Number one, yes, right, for marketing campaigns, what we call one-to-many emails. So you create one email and you send it maybe to hundreds of thousands or hundreds of thousands of people. That's a marketing email. But today, when you look at businesses, when you go to an online shop, when you register to something, you get a thank you email. When you buy something, you get a notification. When your bills are due, you get an invoice, for example, or renewal reminders. So emails also used very extensively when it comes to notifications. That's the other thing that we need to realize. And the third one, when you talk about combining notifications into business automation, this is when we start automating things. So if someone does certain things, say you go to an e-commerce website and you go to that one particular product more than 3 times, the systems then are now intelligent enough to tell you, oh, this guy likes this product, so why don't I send him a promotional coupon, for example, right? So you see a lot of these things when you go to Amazon or Lazada or Shopee. So from a world of email, I think what I'm trying to say is there's a lot of applications for emails. So the whole key is to understand your customer journey and how you can apply emails to that journey, right? So this is a typical marketing funnel, right? You talk about today, first you create awareness, right? So that's where your social media comes in, right? You're going on Facebook and say, I've got this product. So in the early funnels of digital marketing, when you create awareness, we do stuff like thank you emails, welcome emails, because when you do social and someone comes to your website or someone finds you on SEO and it comes to your website, right? The moment they sign up and give you the email address, that is when you start the email journey. So it is very targeted from that sense. Then it goes into the next stage when someone is aware about your product. They are considering now, I should buy this product. How do you then convert them to be a customer? So in the conversion stage, normally you send them free trials, or you send them promotions, or a lot of times you give them educational content. Hey, this guy has done that, or this particular florist, for example, has done this, and there's a success story, right? So that's where you start converting them into customers. Or in the case of e-commerce shops, there's abandoned email. So you know that someone has come to your shop, maybe they did not complete the transaction, and you want to send them an email trigger to actually remind them, hey, why don't you come back? Or there's a 5% promo if you buy this in the next 14 days or next 2 hours, right? That's how you use emails. And finally, on the loyalty and advocacy stage, the moment you win a customer today, it doesn't mean that they're going to remain your customer. You take a SaaS business, because there's so many competition out there. When you go to Google, when you type a particular product, you are not the only one that comes up. So emails are then used to actually reach out to them, maybe to do a customer survey to see, are you happy with our product? Or you know their buying patterns, you know their birthdays. So the more information you get from them in terms of understanding your customer and their journeys, the more emails you can engage, right? So I think that is on a very high level the customer journey when it comes to an email campaign. And so what is Engine Mailer all about? We are a SaaS platform. So as I mentioned earlier, we allow the whole key is we want our customers to manage your customer database well. The view is if you can manage your database well, you can communicate to them clearly. And the communication tools that we have in Engine Mailer is basically for you to send marketing emails, for you to send transactional emails, and for you to set your automations that you need in order to communicate with your customers, right? So that's what Engine Mailer is all about. And what I will do in order to give you a better view of Engine Mailer today, I don't want to go through slides. So I'll show you a little bit about the backend platform so that you are able to understand a little bit more about how you can apply this into your business. So I'll just start sharing my other screen. Right. So you should see my screen right now. So I think to start your journey, I think just go to www.enginemailer.com. This is our website, and on our website, I think a little bit of history on what it is. You see a lot of aliens on our website, right? So again, I think the view here is always to understand your customer. So you need to understand your customers better so that they're not aliens to you. And finally, you look at all the emails is how you actually get out to the aliens out there, right? So we have a whole ton of information here on the features that we have on our website, our prices, but most importantly is you're able to sign up for an account for free. So once you understand what Engine Mailer is all about, you can easily sign up and you have immediate access to a backend system of where you can log in. So this backend system, the moment you log in, this is the dashboard of Engine Mailer. So very quickly, if you look at the top portions here, it shows you a little bit on the subscriber modules that we have. The campaign modules that we have, this is for you to do your one-to-many marketing campaigns. There is the transactional module that allows you to do APIs, autoresponders for you to set sequences. I'll go through in more detail after this, right? It might be a little bit of mouthful right now. We have a customer survey platform that lets you create surveys so you can send surveys and get feedback from your customers. And finally, as in all digital tools out there, you need to have the ability to actually look at the reports and understand how are your campaigns performing. So these are all the reports that will come in. So from a subscriber standpoint, we just click on it, right? So the subscriber module basically lets you store, manage, and grow all of your customer databases. So I think one of the common problems a lot of startups or smaller companies have is you don't have a very advanced CRM system. In fact, you are keeping your customer information on an Excel sheet, or it might be written on pieces of paper or books. So I think without having to pay anything, you can sign up for a free Engine Mailer account and start porting all of this customer information into an online database. So again, you're not going to be charged for this. And what we allow you to do, number one, is when you look at custom fields lets you create. By default, when you come to Engine Mailer, there's only the email address field, because I think being an email platform, that is one of the required fields that we have, because without knowing your emails, you don't start the email journey. But over time, you'll probably want to collect, or you already have information about your customer's name, maybe his phone number, which country he's from, maybe his position, his company name. So you have the option to create all these things in Engine Mailer. So if you need to create one of these fields, either text field, long text, drop-down menus, you can create as many fields as you want, right? So this way, when you start putting in customers, you grow more details about them. And the rule of thumb is the more details you have about your customer, the better you can communicate to them. For example, if you have the first name, instead of going dear valued customer, you can go dear John or dear Andrew, and the systems will automatically do that for you. The other thing that is very important before you start categorizing or start building your database is what we call categories. Categories are very important because depending on your customer, they might be a registration from a website. You might have different websites. So your website might have a sign-up form. You might have microsites that is collecting data. You might have landing pages that's also collecting data. So you can actually profile your customers based on how they come, how they interact with your business. It could be entry points to your database. It could be you are one of those businesses, maybe an F&B business that have various outlets, one in location A, one in location B, one in location C. So you can create categories for location. You can also create categories based on, in our case, maybe registration process. If you're a SaaS business, that means I've signed up. I have confirmed my emails. I have sent my first email. I'm a paid customer. So these categories are very important. Always spend time understanding your business and sort of like decide what are the main categories, because the categories will be the primary filter that you'll be using to target your customers. So, for example, if you're targeting a Chinese New Year promotion, for example, which is very seasonal, you are able to target by segments of, say, Chinese people, for example. So you must be smart about how you do categories. Yeah, so that's what it allows you to do. We also have other features such as segmentations, which I will not touch today because this is a little bit more advanced. So the platform will let you sort of like target. I want to target not only the categories of people that I have, but based on the people that have opened my emails in the last 7 days, for example. So it lets you go to that level of granularity. So again, when you go back, once you understand the categories that you have and you set up your custom fields, the next step, what the platform allows you to do is you need to think, how do I then take all these customer databases that I have and put it into Engine Mailer? So we have four basic ways for you to add data into Engine Mailer. The first one is to add them manually. I mean, if you don't have that databases, or you have a process that says that let's go in and I do data entry one by one, right? So you can always add them manually to put the data into your system. But most of the time, all of you will be having some sort of Excel text or CSV file of all of your customers. So this is either something that you already have, or maybe you export it from various systems. It could be your website has a database that you're exporting a file. Your other system, your customer system, has different databases. So you can actually import all of them directly into Engine Mailer. And in the import, I think one of the things that Engine Mailer does for you is we will automatically clean up your email addresses for you. This is important, yeah? Because before you start your journey, some of the common problems that we always see out there would be, databases with duplicate entries. So the same address appears 3 or 4 times. Or the other very common thing that we see is there's a typo in the email address, right? So the typo in the email address would say that Jeffrey at maybe yahoo.com. Instead of .com, maybe the dot is missing. So the email format is incorrect. So when every time you do an import into Engine Mailer, we actually detect. So these are some of the examples that we have. How many did you import? And we actually detect these errors for you. So if there's a duplicate entry or bad email format, we actually clean up those databases for you. So the whole idea is that one of the USPs of Engine Mailer is we let you store unlimited subscribers. You don't have to pay. So you can come in and put in 100,000 emails or a million records. We will let you organize them properly, and you only pay for Engine Mailer based on the number of emails that you send. So this is something that we clean for you. So on the add subscriber screen, another thing that I wanted to share with you, which is quite handy, is some of you companies out there are a little bit more advanced. So you already have an online portal, maybe an e-commerce business, or you might have a third-party system that is collecting, registering user information. So all of those custom fields that we have in Engine Mailer, we also have APIs. So what we're saying is you don't have to go to that database and export and import. You can actually automate that journey. The moment someone signs up into another platform, you can automatically have the data into Engine Mailer. So a seamless integration. And finally, we have a form builder. If you're starting, I always say, if you're starting your business and you don't have a form to begin with, you might have just 5 databases. Do not be discouraged, because everybody is going to start somewhere. So forms basically give you the ability to create. So when you create a form, for example, you can create a form very easily, call it a form, and these are the categories that you have on the right. So what you might say is, if someone completes this form, automatically assign them to a particular category. We do have templates for you to build your form, so you can select from some of these templates that we have. Most importantly is when it comes into the design view, remember I spoke to you just a while back about having your custom fields. So you can actually drag all these custom fields very easily from left to right and say, okay, I want to collect the company name. I want to collect the first name. So this form, it will be a live URL. When someone submits, it will come directly into your Engine Mailer account. And you don't have to have a website to do this. If you're a micro business, what we've also done is we've created QR codes. Today everybody is all over the place scanning QR codes. So you can, even if you run, for example, an F&B outlet that is, or food truck, you can always put this QR code next to your thing and say, hey, scan this QR code. Why don't you give me your email address, or you give me your details, and I'll give you some form, or maybe a 20% discount, or I give you a free meal. The whole idea is it costs a lot of money. From a business standpoint, you are spending a lot of effort on search engine optimizations to drive traffic to your website so that you can get the email. You are spending a lot of effort and a lot of money on paid marketing if you're going to drive traffic to your website or your landing page. You are doing a lot of all other digital efforts, right? The whole understanding that you need to have is when people come to your website, you want something out of them. So normally you would offer something in return. Maybe you get a free white paper, or you tell them, I'll give you a certain discount. But in exchange, you want their email. The saying goes is, once you get someone's email, you have them for life. So you don't need to continually spend money to actually reach out to the same people, because you have the email to reach out to them. So this form is one of the ways. Once you've collected the email, these URLs are live. So the moment they scan the form, what you've created will appear. You can embed it into your website if you already have one, or you can download the source. So pretty much put it into any of your web interfaces, and the data will come directly into Engine Mailer, right? So that is how I think I'm spending a little bit more time here, because you need to understand the importance of managing your customer database. So the one more thing that I'd like to share to you is, as you start sending your emails, normally another thing to share is you'll come across emails that are not valid. Maybe someone has left the company, or the email that you put in is an invalid email. So Engine Mailer basically collects all this email for you. So all the inactive list, whether someone has said, I want to opt out or I don't want to do any emails, or they have they report as spam in that case, right? So we store all of them so that you don't reach to them in future. So this is another free feature in Engine Mailer that comes automatic. So we sort of like embed a best process for you to manage your subscribers. So in a nutshell, that is the subscriber module in Engine Mailer. You can sign up, start using it, and it will bring immediate value to your business. Now, having said all that, assuming that you have your databases in place, then it's like, oh, okay, how do I now use Engine Mailer to start communicating with my customers? So the clearest cut thing, as I spoke to you earlier, there are various ways to use emails, would be a campaign module, right? So a campaign module is where you create and send marketing campaigns for your customers. So I'll just pick up some of, I'll do a sample. Let me look at a demo, right? Yeah. So I'll pick one of my test campaigns. Yeah. So to set up your campaign, we have 4 steps. If you look at the top, there is a setup stage, template, content, and finally the sending, step 1, 2, 3, 4. We have designed Engine Mailer in such a way that this is meant to be used by a non-IT person. So you don't need to be a very advanced graphic designer, or you don't need to be very technically savvy in order to send nice newsletters. So the first step is, of course, to set up your campaign. So you give your campaign a name, your sender's name and sender's email as per how it's going to appear on your newsletter. Subjects, again, subjects are very important because subject is the first thing that actually tells you someone sees whether or not to open your email. So you can do personalization on subjects. You can put emoticons or emojis on subjects. And for advanced users, we have stuff like A/B testing, but that is if you want to do split testing. So there are a lot of advanced features there as well. So once you are happy with your thing, we provide a whole bunch of templates for you to choose from. So templates could be, if you want to run a promotion, or if you wanted to basically send a Raya message that's coming up, or seasonal message. So we have quite a lot of templates that you can pick from. These are all ready-made templates. And because we are, I would assume that a lot of you are from Malaysia here. We're also local. So you notice that the templates are constantly being searched in as well based on season. So for example, Mother's Day, Father's Day, Raya coming up, Christmas, so you'll always get access to the latest templates for you to start your campaign. And once you started your campaign, so you just pick one of these newsletters. So I'll just pick one, for example, pick that, get started. It will then move you into the content mode. Content mode is where we get our drag and drop editors. So these are editors that we've designed for you to very easily create your newsletter templates. So this is a template that you select. So you can change your logo here. If you wanted, I'll just show you some samples on how easy it is. So if you decide that you wanted to add another row of text, what you need to do is to drag it here and go as part of content, and you drag your text element into here, right? So once you drag the text element, you can actually come in and just say, this is where I do my text, right? So you can tell this is where text is added, right? So you can do that. From a content standpoint, you can, if you decide that you want to put images in, or if you wanted to do multi-columns. So again, if you look at it, it's meant for the non-IT. Don't be afraid. Drag and drop. You are never going to spoil anything in the system, and start building your campaign. So if you wanted to put an image in, just drag an image, put it into here. And for a lot of us out here, one of the biggest challenge that we have is we don't have access to nice looking images, right? So what we have in Engine Mailer also is an integration into stock photos. So the editor is integrated into these 3 stock image banks, which gives you access to over 500,000 stock photos, right? So if you talk about maybe having a meeting, for example, you want photos with meetings, for example, you just type a photo and it will search the stock photos for all the images that you want. So if you say, oh, okay, this nice photo, I want to use this, just import it to your account, and you can very quickly use that photo as part of the content in your newsletter, right? So give all those features a try. I'm just showing you for text and image. If you wanted to do personalization, if you want to go dear first name, for example, you can always start here and say dear first name. So you can call all of your custom fields that you have dear first name, and then when you send out to say 5,000 people or 100,000 people, the first name will automatically be replaced with the names that you have in the database. That's how it works. The other good part about this editor is it comes mobile friendly. So, sometimes you get emails when you look into the mobile phone, you still need to start pinching and zooming into the JPEG images. I think that doesn't happen much anymore today because people can everything that you drag on the editor, it's also automatically optimized. So this is how you will see them on the mobile device. You notice how they are stacked on top of each other. So if you look at some of the engagement statistics today, I think more than 50% of people are interacting with your newsletters using their mobile phone, right? And on average, some person will read emails multiple times. They read using their desktop when they go to work, and they're on the phone and they click on different links. So the editors are designed such that it is automatically sort of like optimized for mobile devices. So once you're happy with all of your designs and all that stuff, you can always send yourself test emails. It's important. You send yourself test emails to make sure that there's no typing error, there's no broken links in the images. So we also support multiple users in Engine Mailer. So if you have a team of people that needs to access the platform, we have a multi-user feature that lets you control rights. You can say this guy can upload database, person B can only do campaigns. So that you can work collaboratively in your campaign preparation. Yeah. Hold on, this is saving the campaign. It's a bit slow. Once you're done with your campaign, let me just come back to that step 3, yeah? I apologize for that. Working from home, the line can be fluctuating every now and then. Right. So the next step is where you start targeting them. So imagine if you wanted to send a newsletter or promotion, you have the option to either send to all of your subscribers. In our case, the database had 4,000 over people, or a lot of times you might want to target by categories. So you might want to target by certain groups of people. Say in this example, I only want to target this group of people. I can just preview my subscribers, and these are the 805 that I can target. Or I want to target based on the custom fields that I have. Maybe the state is from certain states, or I can add multiple conditions in my targeting criteria. Or maybe from a previous campaign. In this case, I want to choose a campaign that I've sent previously. And for that campaign, I only want to include recipients that have opened, or people that have not opened the email, or people that have clicked on the email. So you have multiple ways to actually do the targeting. We've also built in this social post, what you see on the right, this social post. We realized that for smaller companies, you are sending your newsletters. At the same time, you're also going to Facebook publishing this, you're going to Twitter to publish this. So on this context, we are actually trying to automate the whole process for you. So automating in the sense that when I send an email, I can also automatically push this forward to basically either your Facebook or your Twitter account. So this can be automated. So the moment your campaigns run, you can actually post it to your social media. So sending is quite straightforward. You either send now or you schedule a time. So in a nutshell, basic functionalities of Engine Mailer. So you know how to manage your subscribers, you know how to send your campaigns. The other modules that I will not cover in today's session is, number one is a transactional. So if you're a company that want to do automation, that means a backend system does an automation, you can always use the APIs that we have. And the APIs are SOAP or REST APIs that you can virtually integrate with any system out there, right? So whether you have thank you forms, thank you for registrations, renewal reminders, these can all be automated in the platform. We also have an autoresponder feature. Autoresponders a little bit more for advanced users. What we are saying is when someone signs up to your website, you don't want to just send them thank you. Maybe immediately you send thank you. Tomorrow you want to tell them about, these are the things that we are doing and how this product is going to benefit you. 3 days from now, you want to have another sequence. So you can actually create different sequences that can trigger based on different points, and the system will then automate everything for you. Customer service on a very high level is for you to create your customer service. So rather than going to a Google form, or you want to go to SurveyMonkey, you can actually create your service and actually send the service out from EngineMailer. And most importantly, I think, are the reports. As I mentioned earlier, you can do all sorts of marketing, but if you don't understand the performance of your reports, it doesn't really make sense. So the high-level reports of EngineMailer, basically, it shows you the total number of emails that has been sent. It shows you, give me 1 second, I'll just pick something that is more relevant here. So I just picked this block, which has a little bit more. So we sent it to the total number of people. You will know who it was delivered to, who opened your emails, clicked your emails, how many unsubscribed to your newsletters, whether or not they interacted with your campaign using their mobile phones or desktop, what are the best times that they're opening your email. So emails gives you a lot of analytics. So we have a lot of blogs on our website that actually explain reports. So you need to look into your reports, and the whole idea is to constantly, improve your newsletter. So on a high level, these are some of the very quick functionalities of EngineMailer that can very quickly help you manage your database and start communicating with your customers via email. So I'll just swing back to my presentation slide just to end it with a little bit of best practices for those of you that want to start your email marketing journey, right? So how do you get moving? What's the best place to get moving? Because I think time is not really on my side today. I have another 5-10 minutes to wrap this up. So these are very quick tips for you to get your email marketing journey moving. First one, clean your email list. Because by having a lot of email lists, it means that you're going to have a lot of bounce and invalid emails. So ISPs, Google, Yahoo, Outlook, all of them doesn't like bounces. So the cleaner your list, the better it's going to go into the inbox. It won't drop into spam. I spoke to you about segmentation so that you can segment your list properly so that you can target the right people. Do double opt-ins to make sure that, sometimes when you sign up, it sends you an email and says, please confirm this email so that you always have a clean email list. The last one at the bottom right-hand corner is to allow people to unsubscribe from your newsletters. Again, when you send people too many emails or when you start sending them content that is not relevant, they start unsubscribing to your list or they start reporting you as spam. So always give them a very clear link to unsubscribe, and this is automated in the EngineMailer platform. Decide on the frequency that you want to send your newsletters. Whether you want to do a weekly update, whether you want to do a monthly newsletter, whether you want to automate certain journeys when they sign up. And from a content standpoint, design very clean newsletters. Don't go very complicated. Just keep it to the point. Simple image, simple message, and a very clear CTA. And not always you want to hard sell. Don't hard sell all the time. Send them content that's relevant. It could be an education. It could be advice. It could be stuff that you're helping communities for them to remember your brand. And finally, your subject lines, right? Keep it very clear so that people can interact with your email. So there are some other decks here on tips and tricks, but I will just share this deck later this evening because we don't have time to go through the details. And I would like to end this thing, today's session, with something that's very relevant to eBiz. So we have two programs in Engine Mailer. Number one is an affiliate program. We understand that times are quite tough out there. Everyone is trying to look for passive income. We do have affiliate programs. I mean, for all of you that sign up for Engine Mailer and you like Engine Mailer, sign up as an affiliate and you can start promoting this to your customers or your friends. If they sign up and pay us, you will perpetually get 30% of anything that they pay Engine Mailer. So this is all automated by the platform. And this is something that we are giving out. And the second one is from eBiz in conjunction with this entire program. That's our booth. We are in room 333. Scan this QR code and we'll give you an unlock code that you can use in Engine Mailer. So what this unlock code allows you to do is we give everyone 10,000 free emails when you sign up for Engine Mailer, but there is a cap of 500 emails per day. When you apply this unlock code, it takes out the 500 email per day so that you can send up to 10,000 emails per month. And this is absolutely free. You have access to a platform that lets you store unlimited subscribers. And what we also do is we give you a flexible upgrade downgrade function. So you might go on a paid plan today, and next month you might say, oh, I don't have that many emails. You can always go back to your free forever plan. So these are some of the benefits of Engine Mailer. And for eBiz signups, I mean, we also do offer one-on-one consultation for you that you know how to start. When you sign up with us, you will get links to book appointments with our customer success team, and they will then do a 20 or 30-minute session to actually get you up to speed. So I think that's all I have to share today. I hope it's been beneficial. It's the last session, so thank you very much. Yeah. Good evening.
Ayat. Okay.
Hey guys, how you doing?
All right. So thank you, Mr. Jeffrey from Engine Mailer for this presentation just now. So first thing first, I really like your website. I go through it just now.
Thank you. Thank you.
Very nice website there. So we straight to the first question. What is the number one must do? The must do in email marketing.
The number one must do. Okay. I think I've got to split this into three areas to answer this fairly, right? The number one must do from a database standpoint first. As I mentioned earlier, don't talk about email marketing when you haven't have your database sorted out. So you must organize your database before you start your email marketing, right? So start those features, segmentizing them, profiling them, cleaning up the bad email addresses. Because the cleaner your database is, the more effective your communications is going to be. So also remember, it affects a lot of things. If your database is dirty and you keep sending to those bounce email address, it will also mean that the emails might end up in the junk. There's many ways to look at it. So number one must do is always start by cleaning up your database. You must start somewhere, then have a strategy to grow that database. The second one is, I think, the number one must do as far as your campaigns, right? Today, when you look at newsletters, I think create something very simple, create something that is mobile responsive, and send your audience content that they want. I mean, if I'm not interested in football, for example, and you send me information about sports or football, it would mean that I say, what are you sending me? So again, knowing your customers will then send them the right content. And the third portion is, I think, assuming that you send all this content, remember this is digital marketing. Whilst we have a set of best practices that we can follow, and there are guidelines out there, constantly look at your reports and understanding, this time I got 3 people clicking on my link, 3% clicking on my link. When I change this slightly, I'm getting like 5% clicking on the link. But when I add their name into the subject line, I'm getting 7% clicking on my link. So it's a constant experiment that you need to do, right? So it all starts with having a clean database, sending people material that they want, and constantly analyzing your reports so that you engage with them better. I think that would be my advice on that question, right?
All right. So actually, the question is the must not do, but you already touched
the must not do. Okay.
You already touched a little bit of that.
Okay, I can tell you what
you tell me what?
The must not do is don't buy email addresses. No. I think no. They don't. It's still a lot of people still get the misconception that email is a quality game. It is actually it's a quantity game. It is actually a quality game. Right. So some people say, it's so easy now. I go and buy one email list and I have 1 million emails and I'll just spam them. Right. So that used to be the thinking a very long time. But unfortunately, a lot of people still think the same. Right. But it doesn't work like that anymore, because if you send 1 million emails and you get people complaining as spam, likely that the 1 million emails will end up into spam anyway. So you might as well don't send it and waste your time. But if you're sending to maybe 1,000 people and 1,000 people want your content, you can get an engagement rate that's very high. So the one thing that you shouldn't do is to buy email addresses.
All right. So definitely, because we don't want to be labeled as spam, right? All right. Yes. So the next question would be, does NG Mailer has an autosave feature? Because in case we accidentally close our tab or windows, so how do we retrieve back the let's say the personalization, the design that we did before?
Okay. This is something that we get all the time. When we launched Engine Mailer about 4 years back, a lot of sometimes you spend a lot of time on designs and say like for example, earlier my internet was a bit wonky, right, and the connection was a bit off. Then when I go back, I've lost like 2 hours of time, for example. So the editors in Engine Mailer today come with an autosave function. So it autosaves every 30 seconds.
Oh, nice.
So if you are working on it halfway and say you have a power disruption or something, the moment you go back to where you are, your previous save content is there. And if you look at the bottom of the editor, every time there's an autosave, it just say autosave, right? So it doesn't need you to save. So I think, so we've been constantly improving the platform. Again, our customers' feedbacks are very important. So if there's something that you need an Engine Mailer, or you feel that you've used a competitor's product and you feel that we should have it, I mean, we are always welcoming comments. Give us a feedback, and the product development team is very happy to put it in. When it comes to autosave, it's already there, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's nice. I was thinking like Canva, we got autosave there, and then that was regarding design. What about if we accidentally choosing a wrong mailing list?
Okay, this is something that you've got to be very careful about. We've had this many times as well. Guys, I've accidentally sent this to 10,000 people or 100,000 people and it's wrong. Can you please pull that back for me? The answer is no. You know, like how you send an email using Gmail right now, if you click send and it's gone, there's no such thing as, oops, can I unsend that? So it's the same concept, right? Similarly, if you send, it's not like WhatsApp where you can delete. So emails, you can't. So that's why on top of the targeting, when you hit send, I couldn't show you earlier because I didn't send an email, there's always a confirmation there saying, are you sure you want to send this? It's going to be sent to this number of people. Right? The moment it is sent, unfortunately, we cannot retract emails back. Right? But what normally happens is if you've accidentally sent this wrongly to, say, a group of people, you always can say, I want to send to the same group of people and I want to send an apology note together with the correct content. So you can always send them another email. So I'm sure along the lines, all of us have received apology emails. So it's just how you word those emails and explain to your customer that you made a mistake and this is actually the right content that's meant for you.
So just now you said about having team members can log into one account there, right?
Yes.
So do we actually can track who did this, who did that, who sent out this, who sent out that?
Yes, we can. So, as part of the multi-user feature, again, let me re-clarify. Multi-users is only available on our paid plans. So the free forever plans is a single user account. But when you go to multi-users, so long as you upgrade to a paid plan, you can have, for now, unlimited users. So we don't control number of users that we have. And there's also user rights that you can assign. For example, person A can only access the subscriber module and certain functions within the subscriber module. So they can add, but they cannot export, for example. Right? They can create campaigns. And every time someone does something on the platform, there's also an audit log function in EngineMailer. Right? So the audit logs will be a good one. So if you, sometimes I know in collaborative working, it's like, oh, no, I didn't do this. The system did it. So I think the audit logs will give you a view of who logged in and who did what, right? So that is built into EngineMailer as well.
Yeah, true. It will save a lot of stress.
Yeah, it will save a lot of stress. Yeah.
Okay, I think there is all from us. Yep.
Yeah. There's one more thing while we are talking about those features, right? One thing that we shipped into EngineMailer, we still have some time, so maybe I'll fill in on that. We also built in, because a lot of times when you send a campaign, an email campaign, your boss is always thinking, hey, have you sent the campaign? What is the result of this campaign? You know, the boss is constantly asking these kind of things if the marketing person is sending. So within EngineMailer, we built a notification function as well. This comes free for everyone. So what it does is 2 notifications. You can create groups in EngineMailer because we're talking about multiple users, right? Where number 1 is when a campaign is sent or scheduled to run, that group will be notified saying that we've already sent this campaign. So that your boss doesn't need to keep asking you, hey, have you sent this? When are you going to send this? That is notification for 1. And the second notification is normally after you send your campaign, people are constantly having to, hey, how did that campaign perform? How many clicks did we have? Who opened the campaign? So there is another notification in EngineMailer where you can set and say that after, say, 2 days or 3 days, you can configure the value for the system to automatically take a snapshot of the reports and email it out to the group so that you can include your boss. So 2 days later, it shows, high level, sent to 2,500 people and, maybe 10% open and 3% click. So they don't need to keep asking. So these are notifications that we built in to actually promote collaborative working and also upstream reporting. I think that's something quite unique to our platform.
Yeah, that is something new to me. Right.
Yeah.
So we also pin the QR code for your program in our live also, so everyone can check out that one. Also, go over to the room number 333. So
please go to room 333. QR code is there. again, when you scan the QR code, the workflows that we've had, right? So when you scan the QR code, we will ask you for your simple email address. And when you put the email address and submit, we will give you the promo code. So all these functions that you do is actually part of Engine Mailer. We're using it ourselves. So you can easily do that for all of your online events, all of you, right? And when you apply the code, we remove the 500 per day cap, and we hope that Engine Mailer will help all of you build your business. If you have any problems, get in touch with us through our support channels that we have, and we'll be happy to help you through the queries that you will have.
All right. So that is all from us today. And thank you, Mr. Jeffrey. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. And we see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Yep. Bye.
Efficiency, cost, productivity. Business as usual has always been about turning a profit. If you stop to think about it, what more is there? The universe, nature, life, civilization as we know it is about the search for something greater than ourselves. Huawei Cloud is innovating technologies to make the world more inclusive. The cloud, AI, 5G are building a fully connected, intelligent world. They do more than drive digital transformation. It's a new paradigm for innovation. Imagine, if you can, what amazing secrets await when we unlock the secrets of the universe. What cosmic answers will we learn? AI can help preserve in the rainforest by identifying the sounds of gunshots or the sounds of illegal logging, protecting the most precious sounds, birds and trees for generations to come. In cities around the world, we can collect traffic data and analyze it to improve transportation and bring order to a chaotic world. Even reporting the weather can be improved with AI. With more accurate forecasts and timely alerts, we'll travel safer and get home to our loved ones. Also, so many delicious flavors, chili, herbs, and spices automatically selected to improve flavor, quality, and nutrition. Delightful flavor explosions to dazzle our taste buds. A cloud for everyone, unleashing the power of innovation, making every day better. A cloud for pervasive intelligence and a better future. Huawei Cloud. Grow with intelligence.